plug it over. Okay, now we fast forward to October 1955. When Mom and Dad saw that we were serious about joining the Marine Corps, Dad sat us down one day and he said, "Hey, Roy and Robert, if you both promise not to get married while y'all are in the service, I will buy y'all a brand new car." We both said, "Hey, this is not a problem, Dad, not a problem." Okay, so now Robert and I joined the Marine Corps in Houston, Texas. We're now talking to our recruiter, Master Sergeant Mock, and we asked for and was granted two requests. One, we wanted to go by train to boot camp, and two, we had to be stationed together. Out of the mouth of Master Sergeant Mock came these infamous words. "This is no problem. I guarantee both of you will be together." So we both signed on the dotted line. Okay, now, right after taking our oath, our recruiter, Master Sergeant Mock, called both of us in and he asked if we were afraid of flying. "Oh, no way, man. We ain't afraid of no flying. We just want to take our time and enjoy the time on the train ride before we go to boot camp." Master Sergeant Mock said, "Well, if you two ain't afraid of flying, as you say, you will be with the men you had just enlisted with, and the plane is a red carpet flight with champagne and good-looking stewardess. If you go by train, you will be with strangers and one platoon behind. So what do you two Marines say?" Well, after hearing that, we both said, "Oh, hell, man, we'll fly." Little special note here. Unknown to us at the time, you're not referred to as Marines until graduating from boot training. Until then, you're just another filthy maggot. Well, alright, it was a real red carpet plane flight, I gotta tell you. We were treated like royalties in every respect. All the stewardess just couldn't do enough for it. The San Diego airport was fogged in, so we landed at LAX. There were two 6-car trucks and 4 Marines to greet us at LAX to take us back to Marine Corps Recruit Depot there in San Diego. And again, the Marines that picked us up treated us like royalty. "Could you all please do this? Could you all please just form some sort of a formation over here, please? Thank you so much." We all boarded them trucks, and while we were getting in, the Marine said, "Oh, please be careful. Now don't anyone hurt yourself getting in the back of these trucks." Okay, now once we're in and we're taking a ride back towards San Diego, every once in a while the Marine up front would look back and he would ask, "Are all you men fine back there? Is the ride comfortable?" "Oh yeah, man, it's a great ride." Okay, now it's about 0200 when we get to MCRD there in San Diego, and just as the MP waved our truck through the main gate, all of a sudden our truck accelerator must have stuck wide open, and when we hit that first speed bump wide open, that truck exploded in the air, only to come down at wide open throttle just in time to hit that next speed bump, and that truck would explode off the ground again, coming down just in the nick of time to catch the next speed bump at wide open. All of us in the back of our truck was thrown against the top, the sides, the bottom, and into each other. Before we could land anywhere, that truck must have hit a steel wall because it came to an instant stop, throwing every one of us into the front of the back of the back of that truck. While everyone is trying to get untangled from all the messed up bodies that was all mangled together, some Marine opened the tailgate and slammed it down so hard it sounded like a howitzer going off in our ears. And then another Marine completely went berserk, yelling, screaming, cursing, and banging on the side of that truck with some type of steel pipe. "Get out, get out, get out, get out now, you maggot infested." All this was a real life-changing experience for both Robert and me. Okay, now we're in about our fourth or fifth week of training at MCRD, and it's around one night. It's around 2000. There was no moon out. It was pitch black night. Then I saw this pokey bait machine, and it was all lit up all by itself at the end of one of the squad bays. So I looked around. I didn't see anyone there. So I walked over. I dropped the nickel in, and I pulled that handle down for a Hershey bar. Man, when I did, it sounded like a 16-inch battleship gun. Startled daylights out of me. And then I heard in the distance some DI yell out, "Freeze right there, you maggot-infected piece of Man, I took off running as fast as I could. I ran between them Quonset huts. I ran behind them. I ran in front of them. I ran all over them Quonset huts. And then I turned the corner on one of them, and I saw a bunch of boots walking in pairs. So I passed a couple of them. Then I stopped, and I thought, well, hey, I ought to blend in here. And a couple of seconds later, this DI flies by me, man, and he suddenly stops right in his tracks, right in front of me, and he never moved a muscle. He was looking straight ahead, too. Just as I got beside him, he reaches out with his left hand and slams it into my chest. He then turns and grabs me by my throat collar with both hands. He picks me up off the ground and throws me in one of those Quonset huts. Then he began beating the living daylights out of me, and all the time, well, I ended up on the floor, and he was standing over me just swinging and cussing and screaming and yelling. All I could think about was, man, this was my last day in the Marine Corps, man. How in the world could I explain this to Mom? Robert's going to have to stay in the Marine Corps by himself. And then about that time, two DIs pulled him off of me. And then they stood me up, and I'm kind of leaning over just enough. I'm trying to stand at attention, but I got to lean over just a little bit so the blood from my nose won't run down my clothing. And I'm looking at him, and he's now sitting down behind his desk, and he's looking up, staring at me, and I'm gasping for air, and he says, "Well, how about it, you sorry staggered coach? You want any more pokey bait?" "Sir, no, sir." "Well, get the out of my sight before I change my mind and break your no good maggot-infested neck." "Sir, yes, sir." Man, I doubled back in my area, and I'm thinking, holy cow, man, I may get out of this alive. Normally at this time, the smoking lamp is lit, and everyone is outside kind of more or less milling around. But there ain't a soul out in my area, man. I ran into that head, and it was pitch dark, and I tried to clean up a little bit, get some of the blood off of me. And then I turned to leave the head, and standing in the doorway is my senior DI. This guy's 6'6", and at least 190 pounds. Well, when I saw him, I thought, well, this is it. I'm out of the Marines now. And about that time, he says, "Are you all right, Pimenta?" "Sir, yes, sir." "Well, come over here and let me take a look at you." He takes a look at me, and then he says, "You head over to the sick bay right now and have the corpsman take a look at you." "Sir, yes, sir." And I'm thinking, well, heck, maybe I still have a chance to stay in. So I double time across the parade field, walking to the medics, and there's this corpsman sitting there, leaning back in his chair with his feet propped up on another chair. And he sees me come in, his mouth drops open, he jumps up out of that chair, and he says, "Oh my gosh, what will happen to you?" "Oh, no, don't tell me. Please don't tell me. Let me guess." "You accidentally tripped over your locker box, right?" "Sir, yes, sir." "Don't sir me. I'm not an officer. Come over here and let me take a look at you." So I go over, he cleans me up, and then he says, "Okay, you don't have any bones broken or anything. You're okay for duty." So I double time back to my barracks just as taps are sounding. Man, I jumped into my top rack, and the next day, nobody said a word. Man, I stayed in the Marine Corps with Robert. Okay, and then one time, our platoon was a couple of weeks from graduation, and we got into a huge exchange with a boot platoon. And when you get about 50 or 60 men in a small area, man, it quickly turned into mayhem. I mean, quick. And Robert said, "Hey, Roy, there ain't no way we can get involved in this. We'll end up getting kicked out of the Corps." So we took our belts off, we wrapped it around our fist, and we left about 6 inches of the buckle hanging loose. And we both turned and put our backs against the bulkheads and just waited and watched. This one guy came up to us and Robert said, "Hey, now look, we ain't in this, okay? But if you take another step, you ain't gonna remember nothing after that." He stared for a second too, then turned and joined the rest of the mayhem out there. Now, we all paid a very heavy price for that. We spent the rest of that night duck walking on the parade field with our locker box on our back. And if it fell off, you had to do 10 push-ups with it on your back and then start duck walking all over again. Okay, as you can see, this is our boot pictures that were taken about 4 weeks after we arrived at MCRD. And as you'll notice, Robert's both eyes are black and he has a fat lip. And my right eye is healing nicely. Thank you very much. Okay, these were the results from several personal exchanges that we had with other boots in our platoon. Both of us had to demonstrate on several occasions to more than just a few Northerners just how much devastation a small package of dynamite from Texas will inflict on anyone when necessary. Okay, now we're going to take another leap forward to 1957.